who you can.
Wow. Okay. Brace yourselves. I have, how many minutes? 5, is it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So it's
Yes,
taken
got 5, isn't it?
months for me to have this opportunity to speak about this subject, which I'm so very passionate about. And often I'm kind of accused of, or kind of finger pointed at, or kind of played down as being someone who is overly obsessed with an issue that affects my ward, overly obsessed with an issue that affects many thousands of people within our locality, within our borough. And maybe you don't live right next door to the incinerator. Maybe you don't see it from a distance. Maybe you kind of pretend that it's not an issue. But let me tell you, it has been an issue in our community for many, many years. And I'm tired of being ignored and talked down to by members of the administration around this. You see, the council has a very strange relationship with incineration. It's a blend of complacency and absurdity and a little subservience to the industry in and of itself. We've sat here as a resident, then as a councillor, and I've heard justifications for the incinerator mentioned as, we've been burning since the Stone Age. That was said here at a council meeting many years ago by a councillor. We've also had a point around, I've got a wood-fired stone, and that's okay to have an incinerator because of that. That was said here at a council meeting. And then we've had the bizarreness of, it's 100% steam, said by a councillor. And then we've had the strange concept that, the air pollution in Hackbridge and Beddington is no worse than any other part of the borough. That was said only a few days ago by a senior politician here. You see, it's this kind of bizarre perception of incineration and misinformation which tries to play down a very serious health impacting heavy industry in our community. Only on the 19th of September 24, there was the incinerator went offline and was restarted with that very toxic and disgraceful, what was it called, furnace flame. There was a palpable smell in the atmosphere within my locality. I sat outside and I could smell it. And it's not only my nostrils which could smell it, it was that of many dozens of residents who contacted me, who contacted the council, who contacted the EA. The council brushes aside the issues of the incinerator when people engage with them around it, and says things such as odour can be associated with many different activities, and there are a number within the incinerator or ERF facility. Now, October 23, there was a very serious incident, as I describe it, at the incinerator, when it malfunctioned, it lost power, and unfiltered smoke fell into our community. I called the EA and the council. It was me. It wasn't Viridor that did that. It took them hours to do so. It was me who called that. I cycled down the road. I could smell an acrid smell within my lungs, and I thought something's wrong. I then filmed the incinerator, and the smoke that poured from the top, it didn't go up and out. It poured from the top and fell back down into our community, all the way up to St Helier, all the way through down to Malden and beyond. I feel that there is very little empathy from the council around this issue, and very little line of inquiry and concern about the issue. It's brushed aside, put it to the EA, they deal with this. Well, where's the line of inquiry? Where's the sense of cynicism or questioning from politicians and even senior officers who I do respect for their brains, if not their empathy? We don't know when that incident occurred back in October 23. A very well-crafted report was put together by a company initiated by Viridor. And in that report, they were unable to define whether the pollutant release rate was higher at the beginning, the middle, or the end of that whole incident. It wasn't possible to state the true level of emission abatement. That was the kind of saving of emissions during that shutdown period, and no monitoring was even able to be done of emissions during that shutdown period. It all had to be based on estimations. At the Viridor Community Liaison Group, which I attend as a ward councillor, they presented that well-crafted report, and one of the points that was made there was that the impact of the accumulation of lifetime exposure is more the issue. I was talking about the acute issue, and they spun it to the impact of the accumulation of lifetime exposure is more the issue. Well, yeah, that's right. It is also my concern that the drip by drip, the day by day effects to myself and my community is very much the issue, which is denied by this council and denied by many people with an opportunity to do the right thing. I think I've got to close, haven't I, right now? So I will do so for this portion.
Thank you, Councillor.
To downplay that impact is extremely demeaning to residents, and it undermines providing a safe and secure place to live in the borough. Do better than that. But I do notice that you have made an amendment. Maybe you're
We've gone over.
Put in. Thank you.